What's going on, fellas? It's Cager, and I am back with another video on Smash Ultimate. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Ike. We're going to be looking at everything from the basics to some combos, kill moves, and ways to recover. So, there's a lot to talk about here. I'm going to be kind of going along like step by step. So, in general, Ike is a heavyweight sword fighter, which means that he takes a long time for someone else to kill him. So, people aren't typically going to kill you at low percents when you're playing Ike. Unless you fail recovery, that is. And you're going to be able to kill people at relatively low percents. And to put that in perspective, I'm going to get Roy right here to 66. Yeah, that's a good number. 66%. And we're going to do a minor, like, just a little bit charged, like, forward smash. Like, yeah, that got him. Pretty good. So, yeah, Ike's very good at putting away opponents. But his attacks are very slow. Now, if we take a look at his forward smash and his up smash, those take a long time to set out, and that's without charging it at all. His down smash is a little bit faster, but you know, still very long to go out, and his down smash actually is less powerful than his other two smash attacks, so there's that to keep in mind. Now, the main thing that's great about Ike in this game is that his aerials don't really have too much ending lag. They take a while to come out still, not as long as his ground attacks do though. But after you perform an aerial, you're back on your feet, and you can attack almost right away, which is very beneficial because it allows you to like string together a lot of aerials. So if we put this back here, I can show you guys. You can do a neutral air, and if you do another short hop, which, there we go, we could do a back air there. A lot of times you could do neutral air into forward air, or neutral air even into neutral air again. Like, you could just keep chaining him up if he wasn't standing right at the edge. Like, let's get Rory away from the edge there. And let's just go, we'll put him back at a low percent. And we're going to go neutral air to, mess that one up. Neutral air to neutral air to neutral air. Like, if you got him behind you, like, you can keep kind of, like, juggling them around the map. As they get to higher percents, too, you can watch where they fall and then throw out another aerial. So, that's what makes Ike such a good character. Because you could just keep throwing out aerials like that. Now, the bad thing is, like, what if they shield? Well, Ike's grabs, I'd say, like, you forward and back throw, like, aren't the best. You really want to go up or down. And now down goes farther than up. So low percents, down's good, but then higher percents, like that time I just waited. This is training mode, but if you were playing a real person, they would have plenty of time to get out of the way. When you get to the higher percents, let's put this up a little bit. So we're going to put him up at like 70. You really want to go up, because then you could do stuff like that, like a up throw into up air. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Now now we've gone through like his aerials and his throws, I'm gonna talk a little bit about his tilt attacks, because I haven't really done that at all. And that's another important thing, and his dash attack too. So his dash attack is very powerful. Like, if you look here, 13%, like, that's pretty good for a dash attack. But the only bad thing is, if the enemy shields, like, you're really in a bad position, because there actually is a little bit of end lag. Like, it's definitely a lot more end lag after the end of a dash attack than at the end of an aerial. So it's not good to mess up. So you really don't want to just be rushing in with the dash attack all the time, because it is very predictable. So you can mix it up. In this game, it's very easy to cancel your dash into something else. So what you could do is you could run at your opponent, and then you tilt down with your control stick, because that allows you to do a different input, and then you can do a down tilt. A down tilt is very good. It could lead into a lot of things, which I'll get into later. And it reaches out pretty far while you're crouched, so your hitbox is smaller. So if the enemy does an attack that's higher up, they won't hit you while you're doing the down tilt. You could also stop and do a forward tilt. Now, a forward tilt is very powerful. Ike's forward tilt will kill most characters around like 110 or 120%. Like, they'll just be done with that. So it's almost like a lot of other characters' smash attacks. The only bad thing is it does take a little bit longer to send out. His up tilt is pretty good too. It's a very good move to juggle with, and it could also lead into a lot of things, especially in higher percents. It could lead into kill moves. But the bad thing here is that the damage really is only in front of him. Like, if the enemy's like even a little bit behind you, like this, like that's not going to hit Roy at all, and he's only a tiny bit behind me. So you have to really make sure you're in the right direction there. If they roll around you, the up tilt really isn't going to do anything at all. Now it's about time to talk about Ike's specials. So, Ike's neutral B, Eruption, this is interesting because, alright, so he holds a sword like this and he shoots the fire. The damage, the hitbox actually goes above him. So if we go like that, like Roy's going to get hit by that. This move is also, it's quite an interesting one because it's a really good move in some circumstances, but it's not a move you're going to want to throw out like all the time. Because in regular play, like neutral game, like you're never going to want to use that move. It's way too long of a charge up. It does good damage, but it's way too long of a charge up that you're just going to get hit. And the hitbox is really weird. It's just like sort of like a rectangle right in front of Ike, like right in front of him and then extending up a little bit. So if they're anywhere else, like it's not going to hit them. Now it can actually extend out if you charge it all the way, and you'll see that you'll get that little noise and then the sound where, yeah, it shoots out like the 3 flames in front of Ike. He also takes 10% damage when you use that, so you only want to use that in very specific situations where you know you're going to be able to really hurt your opponent. Actually, if I put this into perspective, let's put this percentage up to like 40 or so, right? And I'm going to have Roy actually shield her. Can we just... Here, let me see if I could... Can I set this to... I don't think I can set it to shield, so I'm going to put it to control. And I'm going to get my other controller here, and we're going to play around with this controller. Let me just pop in a new battery right here. But here we go. We're going to charge a smash attack, and now we're going to shield. And that shield broke. So once someone's shield broken, if you're playing as Ike and you shield break your opponent, definitely do that charged up eruption. And if they're around like 40% or so, like it's just going to kill them easily, a fully charged one. Now that's one of the circumstances where you absolutely want to use eruption if their shield breaks. And while you shouldn't just use your smash attack all the time in regular play, if you do get a smash attack that's even charged like slightly, I think it does have to be charged just a slight bit at least, and they're shielding and you hit their shield, it will still shield stun them. And that will lead you into a follow-up with eruption where you get a guaranteed kill. So that's just one of those good things I wanted to throw out there for you guys to learn, because that's something that can really help you out in certain plays. Now, to get into some of the combo type stuff, because now we haven't really talked about his side special at all, have we? His side special, well actually we'll talk about this more in combos and recoveries. His up special too. His up special, ether, decent recovery for vertical, and then you have his side special that I can't remember the name of, is also a good horizontal recovery then, and can be used to follow up into combos and things. His down, you know, he has the classic counter, which should only be used in very specific situations where you know that the opponent's gonna hit you, because with Ike in particular, it takes a while. He's just like kind of standing in the open. So you only want to do that if you read something from your opponent. You don't want to just be spamming the counter, because that's going to be counterintuitive. But now that we've gotten through that, let's talk a little bit about some of Ike's combos. So Ike doesn't really have long like string combos like some of the other characters in Smash have. Most of them are only like a few different hits. But he could chain them into each other with neutral air, which is really good, because neutral air just allows you to follow up with a lot of other stuff and just keep on going. And then like after you use a combo, a lot of times when the person's knocked down, you could just come in with the neutral air again and get them into a whole new chain. So we're going to be talking about some of the things from low percents, medium percents, and high percents. So we're going to start with low percents, and let's bring Roy over here. So a good thing that you could do is go actually down tilt into up tilt, and I was a little bit too far away to do that, but there we go. We have down tilt into up tilt, and if he wasn't just right near the edge, I could probably follow that up with the neutral air too. So that's a really good thing to use, just because down tilt is a very safe move to use, and then if you follow that in with an up tilt, then you can start juggling them around and start using aerials from there. Now, another good thing to know from the beginning is for grabbing, you definitely want to use your down throws, because then you can follow that into an up air very easily. And if after the up air, actually, let's try this again. After the up air, can you get over there? There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go like this into an up air. You could do a forward air too after that. Like, that's the kind of thing with Ike. Like, there's a lot of things with his aerials, his neutral air in particular, but as you can see, like, all of his aerials kind of like chain into each other very nicely, where you don't really even have to put in so much effort. Now, as he's at a higher percent, so right now he's kind of at a medium percent, we'll put him a little bit more up, actually, like more like, let's put him at 50%. Let's do that. And now you want to start using up throws for all your combos with throws. So right there I did the up throw to the forward air to neutral air. neutral air, like, there's just a lot of stuff you can do with juggling. Now, I'm going to show you that again. So this is up throw. That time, up air doesn't really quite work at this percent. You need to be a little bit higher with the up throw. There we go. We got up throw to up tilt right there at about 60%. So up throw, up tilt. That's also a good way to end them off too, which I'll get into in a little bit. I just want to show off a few more of these combos right now. So if he comes up here, there we go. Okay. Actually, let's reset this. So a good thing you could do here is if you come up to the side and do that, that gets him far away. But you could also do the reverse forward air. Now, the way this works, it's kind of like the opposite of the reverse aerial rush, or opposite, like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to describe it. It's not really that tech heavy. It's like not really like a strict window like that tech is. But if you switch around and do a forward air, that's better to follow up into other stuff. So let's just do that again, and forward air, and then if you run at him with the dash attack right as he gets up, you can do that too. So not like a confirmed like combo or anything at this high of a percent. If we put him down a little bit more, like maybe like 30%, that would probably work a little bit better. So if we go up like this, and then like that, he still lands on the ground, but you could hit him right away after that, like right as he lands, and he doesn't really have an opportunity to do anything else, unless, I don't know, maybe he's really quick. But most of the time, you should be confirmed the next move. So that's really good. As you see here, I'm just doing some juggling stuff, just showing you what you could do. And let's reset this again. We're going to change his percentage back up higher now, because we're going to be talking about a little bit more that you could do. So neutral air still is really good at this point of the game. You could do neutral air into other stuff then at higher percent. So like not necessarily other aerials, but here we go. Well, you can do that, but you could do neutral air into like up tilt and then like jump up and do an up air. So you can mix these sort of things together because like we said before how tilts could go into an up air. We did like down tilt, up air. Well, here you could also do neutral air. Oh, we have to bring it back down a little bit first, back to 50 before I could demonstrate that for you again. But you could go neutral air, can you get this neutral air, into up tilt, into up air like that. So there's a lot of things like that where like it's short combos, but then you can kind of chain them together. And what I just did there, guys, I'm going to actually replay that for you right now, is a good use of Ike's Eruption again, which I didn't talk about before when I was showcasing the move. But that's another good way to finish off your opponent, actually. This is probably good because we're going to transition into ways to finish off your opponent. When they're coming back, and this is going to be hard for me to recreate, so I might just play that clip over again. As they're doing their recovery, what you want to do a lot of the times is you want to stand up right up to the edge and just hold your Eruption, and you just want to practice. This is something you're going to want to practice in training mode yourself against different characters because each character is different. You want to be able to time it so you can release your Eruption right when they're grabbing the ledge because you have about a 2-frame, I believe, a 2-frame window of them grabbing the ledge before they get their invincibility. And if you land an Eruption while they're at the ledge, if they're at like anything above like 30-35%, like they're going to die from it. It doesn't even have to be fully charged. It could just be like a regular one. They're going to die. Like it is so good. It is such a good move. Let's see if I could get it here. I'm probably not. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that again because I haven't really practiced that with Roy. Zelda took me a long time to learn it with Zelda, and one of my friends plays Zelda a lot, so I've been practicing it with Zelda a lot recently. But Zelda's a very different character than Roy, so you're going to want to practice it with everybody, though. Especially, like, common characters that you see online, if that's what you're doing it for, or if you're a tournament player, and common characters you see at tournaments, definitely practice against those people, because using that Eruption is a very easy way to get free kills once you learn how to use it. Now, anyways, let's go into some different ways that you can finish off your opponent. So, we're going to put Roy over here at, like, 85%. That's probably good. Let's go back to here, actually. So the most common kill confirm that Ike has is actually his neutral air into up air. And 85 did not do that. Let's try 95 with Roy, because that might work. With every character, it's different. With lighter characters, it's a lower percent, and then with heavier characters, it's a higher percent. Okay, so yeah, 95 did it for Roy. He is done after that. He is goodbye. All you have to do is do neutral air right into up, and look, if you stand on the top platform, it even shows that like definite. You get that nice red marks right there. So if you do it at a platform, like if you're playing on Battlefield, that's definitely better. It's going to be a little bit harder to kill if you play on like Final Destination and you're at the bottom. Let's see if it does it at 104. I'm assuming it definitely will. Let's try that. Yep, It's going to do that 104. If it was a lot less than that, it might not. But that's a really good way to kill opponents because it's really not too hard. With Ike, it's pretty easy to land a neutral air, and then you just follow that right up into an up air, and there you go. You might want to fast fall too, just because that could save you a little bit of time, so they don't have as much time to like air dodge. So if you want to do that, that's fine too. But yeah, there you go, guys. If the longer you wait, it is going to be harder because as you see now, he is in the 120s, and when I do it, I have to double jump up and then hit him, which would give a real player plenty of time to air dodge. But if a player air dodges, you have a couple options as Ike. If you're on the platforms up here, you could follow their air dodge with another aerial. So wherever they dodge to, you could just run under and try and do an aerial quick. You could just drop to the next platform and then just do like an up tilt maybe. Or if you're on like Final Destination, or if they're just landing onto the ground regularly, using a dash attack to hit right when they land on the ground, and that's something you could practice in training mode too, so you could get down, is really effective because the dash attack also kills very early. Like if I'm coming here at the right side, dash attack is probably going to kill him there. Just didn't. Just missed it at 95%. But if we put him at 95% from here, it probably will kill. Yep, there we go. So if he's at the edge and then you hit him 95%, let's put him up a little bit higher and see what it'll take to kill him from the middle. I'm assuming it's not going to be higher than 120. It might be a little bit higher. But let's see how this works. That was a tilt attack. That was not a dash attack. So we're going to try this again. There we go. Dash attack and just barely made it. Let's try 125. Let's see how that goes. Let's try this, guys. Right there, boom. 125. That kills him with the dash attack. So dash attack, really good thing to use to punish them coming down from aerials. And I think that about covers it. Now, there's another method. If you want to do the up throw, that works too. It actually is better at higher percents than using the neutral air. So you just grab them, up throw, jump right into that up aerial. So the up aerial is definitely a good way to kill them, as well as eruption. So those are definitely the best ways to put enemies away as Ike. Now, putting enemies away is definitely an important thing, but before you can kill your opponents, you have to make sure that you are not killed yourself. So next we're going to be talking about Ike's recovery, because this is something that's very important to the game. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go right here, and I'm going to lower. Actually, I don't think it really matters what percent, because he's not going to be able. I'm not going to be able to do an interactive thing where I really show you too much, like with controlling the CPU here. I am going to move him to the ledge just to demonstrate one thing in a second. Hold on. Alright guys, we are back. I have cleared some more space on my computer so I can continue recording this video by deleting Fortnite, because who the hell wants to play Fortnite after this game came out? So now guys, I'm going to show you how to effectively recover as Ike. So what you want to do here is using side B is a very effective way to recover horizontally, because you charge it up, you land right here, but oh no, the opponent's right there. They could just put you away instantly. It's very easy to predict when you're going to come with that move, and it's very easy to counter it. If they charge a smash attack at the right time and release it, it is not too hard for them to release that smash attack right when you're coming with the side B, and they could just put you away so easily. So there's a couple ways you can get around this, and I'm going to show you that here in this part of the video. So one way is you jump up. So let me try and recreate this and say that you're launched like here, right? Jump up and do your double jump and go above them. Now the only thing you have here is they could also do an up smash or jump up and do an aerial to put you away if they're a more skilled player. So there is that to worry about, but definitely going above them is a better solution than going right into them, because there's a lot of things they could do if you go right into them, even just a shield and grab you. Like, that's the worst thing you could possibly do. So going up above them is a better solution. The best solution, though, is to probably just wait until you get down here and then use your up B instead. Now, you can only use either your side B or ether. You can't use both of them unless you hit someone in the middle of it. So if like Roy was out here with me and I hit him with the side B off of the ledge, and then I would get the opportunity to use my up B after that if I made contact with him and hit him. If I didn't, though, then I couldn't just use my up B after that. I wouldn't be able to. So what you want to do is just make sure you don't run right into them. You want to grab the ledge. Now, you could also still use your side B and simply just release it right when you're about to grab the ledge. That is another thing you could do too. Now, that's also a really good way to do it, because it is hard. The only bad thing is that, because timing is a little bit difficult if you're trying to get right on the ledge when you're far away. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But if you're launched out, just wait to double jump and then double jump and do ether. Now, with doing ether, you want to be cautious too, because I'm going to knock Roy over here again. Can we put his percentage at low? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's put his percentage down low. And I'm going to show you guys this right here. Yeah, alright, let's knock him off here. And let's just pretend that he is about to spike me, right? Because if you're using Ether, you could just get spiked if you're up too high. Because you don't have any armor or anything when you're at the top. Now, a good solution to this would be just to learn when you should use it to like just grab the ledge. You could also use it a little bit further away, like that, where you auto grab it. Now, be careful though, because if you're too far away, you're just going to do that. So there is a lot of stuff with using Ether. So it's basically like pick your poison. Whereas if you want it to be harder to use your side B and land right on the ledge, or if you want to just use your Ether and land right on the ledge, the key is landing right on the ledge though. You definitely don't want to land right here in front of your opponent, or else they will just put you away very easily. But when you're grabbing on the ledge then, there's a couple options you could do. You could simply just attack straight up, although that's like very predictable. A good thing I think is to drop and then come up and do a forward aerial, because that's very safe. Because if you see like Ike doesn't really get too much in their face at all, it's just the sword that's really coming above the ledge. Don't do what I just did there and just kill yourself like that. But you definitely want to do a full hop for it, because you're gonna need to get up. So full hop attack. And you could follow up, you could land on the ledge if like you think you're gonna hit them, you could go full force with it. Or if it looks like they're about to start retreating, you could just go back and grab the ledge again. Even drop further and then use your Ether again to get back up, and then try at it again. Like that's all fine. And if you even see there, like I even like got the attack, I missed it right here, and then get back with Ether, because Ether's really good at going up curved ledges. You're not really gonna get pineappled too much with Ether at all. Which is surprising, because it's a straight up recovery, which you'd think would pineapple you quite a bit, but it's not going to happen, so that's really good. It's a good thing about Ike if you're playing on like Battlefield, which is the stage I play on the most, so for me it works out pretty well. But anyway, that's how you recover with Ike. Alright guys, so I guess that's about it. I showed you all there is to show with Ike. I showed you some combos, I showed you how to chain them. I showed you some ways to put away your enemies, and I showed you how to properly recover, as well as use all of your moves to the best of their ability. So if there's any questions you guys have or concerns, let me know down in the comments. Definitely one good thing about Ike, if I forget if I mentioned it before, I think I did, but his back air is definitely a better kill move. So learning the reverse aerial rush tech, like I just did there, is definitely very beneficial, and I made a video on that very recently. So if you want to go watch that to learn how to do that tech, it's very quick, it's very easy, it's about a 4-minute video, and it'll only take you like a minute or two to learn how to pull off, and you could get it down pretty easily. So yeah, that's very important with Ike though, because if that was a forward air, that would have not killed. That was my back air, and the tech you just involves using your back air as a forward air basically. So great thing to learn for him. But other than that, I guess that's about it for today. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing another one of these videos for another character, definitely let me know. A great place to drop a suggestion would actually be in my Discord server. So there's a link to the chat in the description below. Click to join, and you could talk with a bunch of other people who are interested in this game and leave me suggestions on future videos to do, as well as talk to me, because I'll be down there every now and then if you just want to chat. And you could definitely leave your suggestions for future videos, like if you want me to cover a different character in this. I will definitely be open to that, because I'm going to be trying to make a lot of these videos on characters and just other things related to this game as well. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any more content on this game. Not only am I going to be doing character tutorials, but I'm also going to be doing more tutorials on like tech and stuff like that, as well as discussion videos on the current meta of the game and new DLC characters and things of that sort. So there's something really for anybody who's a Smash fan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps out. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Cager, and I'll see you in the next one.